Hector Cooper has reshuffled his deck ever so slightly, with Alvaro Recoba moved from his attacking midfield role to up front to partner Christian Vieri. It's not an unfamiliar position for him, and certainly on paper it looks an exciting partnership. So Sergio Conceição comes into the right of midfield, forcing the versatile and informed Clarence Seedorf to a wide left position. Cristiano, Zanetti and Luigi Di Biagio probe and hold in the centre. Well, for Juve, Ferrara is suspended, Montero is injured again, so Lilian Thuram moves from fullback to centre-back, a position that he started the season in. Alessandro Birindelli comes into the right-back position for a rare start. Tacchinardi is the midfielder to miss out today. He is on the bench. Well, an awesome atmosphere in the San Siro, 80,000 fans, no surprise, it's a sellout as the referee walks the teams out onto the pitch. This is absolutely awesome. The Derby d'Italia, one of the biggest games in the Italian season. Marcello Lippi and Hector Cooper, two men very much in the limelight today. The national team coach Giovanni Trapattoni is also in the crowd. The goalkeepers also very much a focus here for Juventus. Gianluca Buffon. For Inter, Francesco Toldo. Inter with the third best defence in the comp, Juve with the second. That's today's referee, Gennaro Borriello. He's from Mantova. He's sent off 5 players in his last 8 games, including 2 last week when Piacenza played Brescia. Well, every week on SBS it seems as though the match of the round is another blockbuster, and this week is no exception. Inter against Juve, and for the victor here today, top spot on the ladder beckons with 8 games remaining. Trezeguet just retrieves the ball as that cross went out for a goal kick. Marcello Lippi, former coach of Inter, returning here after being sacked. His reception, as you would expect, a little bit lukewarm. And here's Recoba trying to get past Thuram. He did so as well, but very quickly off his goal line was Gianluca Buffon. And Vieri just goes to check on the injury problem of Buffon there, and Recoba does as well. That's extraordinary compassion in a match of this much at stake. Hector Cooper decided against playing Mohamed Callan or Nicola Ventola up front with Christian Vieri. Instead, he's pushed on Alvaro Recoba. He just took a swipe at the ball after the goalkeeper had it. It might have just clipped the goalkeeper's forehead on the way through. So a wrestle going on there, but Gresco clears the ball away, but not very well. And Nedved with a pretty good opportunity, really, at this stage of the game. The ball handed to him on a plate. And the shot perhaps reflecting the fact that he hasn't had too many touches of the ball so far. Not a great clearance at all by Inter. Their defence these days is very solid in the sense of it's the same 5 players picked week in, week out by Hector Cooper. Nedved still with a little bit of a shuffle about his walk. Pasotto. Well, Pasotto decided to leave it in the end, and it's a long ball played forward down the centre. Materazzi so dominant in the air at the back for Inter. Sergio Conceição. That's a nice ball inside. Sergio Conceição again, he decides to get the cross in. Vieri decided to cover the goalkeeper. That's more unconvincing defending as well, as Di Biagio helps on. Vieri was climbed all over. Here's Seedorf. Oh! Clarence Seedorf with a screamer. Well, how can Cooper be so unemotive? Even Toldo, the goalkeeper, was jumping onto the haystack of players that were celebrating this wonder strike by Seedorf. Prodigious power from him. Way too hot for Buffon. Struck magnificently. Great technique just to keep it down. And in a match such as this, goals like that will be talked about for some time. Inter 1, Juve 0. An early strike sometimes opens up the tightest of games. How will that affect this one? He's only scored once before so far this season. Seedorf, he wasn't even in Hector Coupe's squad for so much of the early part of the season. He finally got a run in the mid-December. Started coming on as sub, and in recent weeks he's been a certain starter. That's a foul on Vieri by Giuliano. So Recoba just clips it into the area. Vieri was challenging. Thuram also winning the ball in the air. The clearing job still to be completed. It's helped on. Well, of all players, it was Ivan Cordoba lunging at that one. Well, as always in these situations, there's a lot of grappling going on, but the bottom line is Juventus didn't clear the ball convincingly. Davids only succeeded in heading it straight to an Inter player, and in the end it was Cordoba who fired wide. So Inter have started the better, but here come Juventus. Zambrotta, good ball in, Trezeguet! Well, like Hector Coupe a few moments ago, Marcello Lippi is unmoved. But David Trezeguet has goal number 19 for the season. It's a typical Trezeguet goal, if you like, a good ball in, and he's so quick and so sharp in the area. And as you have just seen, he knows how to head a ball as well. That was perfect. (1-1) in the Derby d'Italia. An unbelievable start, really. Hang on to your hats. We have got an incredible game on here as Thuram is struggling. Recoba got behind him, played across, hits the post. Thuram calmly away to Pisotto. But Recoba got away from his marker there, and he's onside here as well. A little clip to the back post, and I think the foul will be against Christian Vieri. Oh, what an incredible beginning, and there it hit the arm of Giuliano. There was an appeal for handball as well. Recoba got behind the defence. It came off Thuram, who was hobbling. Oh, Juve, what a let-off there. Could have been an own goal, or it could have been a penalty, and then ended up being neither. Well, there's the signal to the bench from Thuram. Just clipped the arm of Giuliano. The goalkeeper diving for it crazily. Thuram's in big trouble. He'll have to go off. And it's Igor Tudor coming on for Juve. He had a great start to the season, Tudor. He was playing regularly in the centre of midfield. When Juve had some injury problems, he was scoring regularly as well, considering he was originally purchased after the World Cup in France as a central defender. That's where he'll play for the rest of this match. This is his first game back after a long injury layoff. And Thuram is signalling to the top of the thigh. Seedorf against Zambrotta on that far side. The sort of ball that puts the defender under pressure. That's one that puts the goalkeeper under pressure as well. Materazzi Too strong in the air for most opponents. And that's a terrible clearance. Here's Recoba in space. Vieri's on the back post. Recoba, he's played across. Vieri! Well, that will be a corner. Recoba's ball to Christian Vieri was just a fraction under hit. Christian Vieri all alone in the centre. Well, the referee has his arm raised. Maybe it's for the original decision with Recoba breaking behind the defence. Vieri went down in the end. Extraordinary. Still nothing for Inter in a couple of goalmouth scrambles now. Juve's reshuffled defence looking a little bit ragged at the moment. Not only reshuffled because Thuram had to go off, but because there's a couple of players who's missing as well in Ferrara and Montero. And Recoba and Vieri are looking a very handy combination as well. That's great defending there. Birindelli covering from the right back position. And Christian Vieri, the former Juventus player. There was talk at one stage of him going back there as well. Certainly not at the moment, though. He's carrying the weight of Inter's charge to the title on his shoulders. That's a bad ball. Gresco sold short. Zambrotta keeping it in. Oh, that's brilliant play from Zambrotta to get past two. Chance here from Del Piero. It was played in behind Alex Del Piero by Zambrotta, and his attempt on goal was wildly imaginative. Probably would have gone in as well. Gresco slips over. Nedved tries to take advantage of that. He's got Trezeguet with him. Well, that's a challenge by Seedorf. A clean one, most importantly, in the penalty area. Corner Juve. They're facing a lot of pressure from all fronts at the moment, Juventus. In 3 days' time, they go to Leverkusen for a must-win Champions League match as well. So two awesome games in a matter of days, and there's a loose ball, but no one really could take advantage of it, though Giuliano was doing his best. They have lost that awesome invincibility that they emitted in December and January, Juve, where they really did look quite unbeatable. It's very hard to keep that up month in, month out. Seedorf losing out this time. Nedved into the area, but this is a shot. Not too far wide of the mark from Zambrotta. Putting inside onto his least favourite foot, but he certainly made a fist of the attempt on goal. Inter described during the week as a side that rarely provides sublime performances on the park, but they frequently win matches anyway. It sums up the work ethic of Hector Coupe's side. Gresco plays it to Seedorf, who fell over in the process. And Trezeguet fouled this time, but the referee waves play on. Juve still with the ball. Trezeguet down on his knees, and Davids puts the ball out. And a retrospective yellow card there for Biagio. And Trezeguet got to the ball first. I don't think there was anything too malicious in Biagio's challenge. It was the trailing knee which caught Trezeguet. And that's how the half ends, and what a half it's been. Seedorf and Trezeguet with an early goal apiece for both teams, and that really set the tone for a thrilling encounter here. Inter Milan 1, Juventus 1.
Coming up later in the show, top scorer Dario Hubner's Piacenza entertains Perugia, with the home side needing a win to ease its relegation worries. Torino and Chievo are both hoping for a place in Europe next season, while mid-table Verona and Parma are just hoping to steer clear of the danger zone. But now let's rejoin Paul Williams at the San Siro Stadium for the second half of Inter versus Juve.
Welcome back to the San Siro. Inter top of the ladder with 52 points. Juve second in the ladder, 1 point back. Roma third in the ladder, a point further back again. Roma with their own derby this weekend against Lazio. But Inter know that if they can beat Juventus here today and Lazio hold Roma to a draw, that they can go 4 points clear at the top. That would be with 8 rounds remaining, so that's an awesome opportunity for them. Delhi not too pleased with the theatrics there of Sergio Conceição. There's no doubt it was a foul. So play held up while Sergio Conceição gets some treatment. This is the 144th time these two teams have met in a league game. It's Juve with a considerable advantage over their rivals, 68 wins to 39. Recoba will take the free kick. Players are waiting in the centre. Giuliano and Vieri exchanging some views. As the free kick comes in, it was drilled in really by Recoba. Helped back forward by Cristiano Zanetti. Lippi spent most of this game just standing in front of the bench. Trezeguet, that's a good ball to Nedved. No one really in the centre. Now Trezeguet joining in. Here's Davids. Oh, what a great tackle that was by Materazzi. Unerring in his accuracy and his timing. Nedved. Well, did that touch a hand on the way through? Here come Juve again. They've had a good start to this second half. Del Piero just trying to play a little through ball there to David Trezeguet. Was subjected to some booing last week, Alessandro Del Piero, from a small section of Juve fans. Seems to be an ongoing debate in Italian football on just how well Del Piero is playing. Even whether he's playing well or whether he's playing badly or indifferently, everyone talks about Del Piero. So Juventus with a free kick. Nedved to take it. It's a ball to the back post. There's a player gone down. The header in the end was straight at Toldo. Toldo stayed on his line. I'm not sure that came off a Juve player in the end. This is the earlier challenge by Materazzi on Davids, keeping his eye on the ball all the way. And Materazzi keeping his eye on Davids as well, thinking that perhaps the Juve man took a dive. And that's the handball incident. So take your eyes off the screen for a moment and you'll miss something in this match. Quite amazing. Zanetti did very well in a tight corner. That's back to Sergio Conceição. He wants to get on with the game quickly. Vieri tried to let the ball run and turn with it. David's nicely inside. Conte. Nedved can't get there before Materazzi. And that's an interesting ball. Recoba, well, he was offside and he just took the shot anyway. He just lazily drilled it towards goal and hit the crossbar. Well, on some days he'd get a yellow card for that, but Mr. Borriello was pretty lenient there. Recoba offside. Vieri might have been offside as well. Inter 1, Juve 1. Appeals for offside and they've been heard. Del Piero with 10 strikes this season. Trezeguet has moved to 19. He's one ahead of Christian Vieri now. The talk before the game was the big shootout between Vieri and Trezeguet, both on 18 goals coming into the game. Both chasing Dario Hubner, of course, of Piacenza. They're two behind him. So Conte goes into the referee's book. So Nicola Amoruso is coming on for David Trezeguet, who winces just a fraction as he comes off. He must be injured. There's no way Lippi would take Trezeguet off at this stage of the game. This is only his 5th appearance of the season for Amoruso. And that's a good cross. One thing about Amoruso, he does seem to have a knack of coming on and scoring, or at least scoring at vital games. Well, Cordoba was being held back clearly there by Amoruso, getting involved quickly in the wrong fashion, of course. He got away with it. Zanetti, who's a terrific athlete, too quick that time for Nedved. There's Recoba coming deeper. Recoba takes the shot. It was on target, as they say, but never going to trouble Buffon. Del Piero trying to find Amoruso. Davids again is the player to put the ball out, with one of his teammates requiring treatment. It's Nedved this time. So Zanetti just catching the toe there of Pavel Nedved. That could be painful. And Giuliano and Vieri continue their dialogue. Both members of the Italian national team. More so Vieri than Giuliano. And while we are waiting for the treatment to occur, Recoba is going to be replaced by Calon. Well, the Recoba-Vieri combination seemed to work pretty well in the first half anyway. But now Calon comes on. He too has had a fine season, 9 goals from him so far. That's a terrific return for a player that wasn't expected to contribute anywhere near as much as Calon has. So which way will that one go? It was 6 of one and half a dozen of another, and Juve get the decision, much to the displeasure of Radislav Gresko. Well, Zambrotta just got in front of his marker. So Materazzi is picking up Amoruso. Conte and Cordoba. Not an easy chance by any stretch of the imagination for Igor Tudor. Bit of a set-piece specialist, Tudor. Well, his marker was Christian Vieri, who knows all about headed goals. This time involved in stopping them. So Davids is going to be replaced by Takanadi. That's the third substitute for Marcello Lippi. Takanadi is a pretty regular starter, but the rotation system across the midfield at the moment for Marcello Lippi has been missing out today. It's not bad, is it, having an Italian international midfielder on the bench ready to come on in a game such as this? Oh, that was a high challenge there by Cordoba. And he's in trouble here, Ivan Cordoba. It's a yellow card. It was kung fu-like, the challenge there by Cordoba, and Conte's making that point. Not surprisingly, players from both sides are arguing their case. Nedved's not happy with the challenge on him, and he's got every reason not to be as well. Well, there's his reaction. Not on Cordoba, by the way, but on Materazzi. But understandably, just beneath the surface, there's some tension bubbling here as we move into the final stages of the game. A goal now would likely be the winner and would be absolutely invaluable to either team. You get the feeling that Juve would settle for the draw more than Inter as the away side. But Nicola Ventola has come on for the home team to try and win the game. Biagio goes off, and there is a goal! It's Igor Tudor. Well, he's done as much running in his lap of honour after scoring the goal as he has in the entire game since he's been on the park. Nedved's free kick. Tudor, well, hard to say whether he did actually get a touch or not. Perhaps the faintest flick of the forehead and the hair there. Something happened. The ball changed direction a fraction, and it snuck into the corner, and it's a goal for Juventus. Well, 8 minutes remaining here at the San Siro, and it's Inter 1, Juve 2. What a body blow that was for Inter Milan. Now Vieri at the far post. The Juve are a side that when they do get their noses in front, they are extremely difficult to peg back, particularly when they've just got to defend a lead for maybe 10 minutes or so. And there's another one of those high leaping challenges, this time from Zanetti. Here's Calon. The goalkeeper comes and gathers and is tugged to the ground by Ventola. And a not so friendly slap in the face as well for Buffon. Great take. He was a long way off his line there. And Ventola scragged him to the ground, and Buffon let him know he wasn't that happy about it. I came off the head of Vieri there. Here's Gresco. Vieri again at the end of it. There's a loose ball. The whistle's gone. Oh, Calon and Ventola both in there, applying the heat. And the referee did blow the whistle fairly early in the move. Well, Vieri with the initial challenge. And that was a great bit of refereeing. I think he picked up a handball there against Ventola. If not, maybe a push in the back on Birandelli. Inter 1, Juve 2, as we move into time added on. 4 minutes left in the game. The San Siro crowd certainly subdued. Seedorf. Well, not a good ball from Clarence Seedorf. Tacchinardi turning. In space with Amoruso, trying to just switch it out wide to Del Piero. Here come Inter, about 3.5 to go. Seedorf. Juventus at this stage just happy to keep the ball outside their own third. Sergio Conceição. Seedorf goes to pick up the ball. Seedorf with the shot! That is unbelievable. He scored a magnificent volley in the first half to open the scoring in the game. And now he comes up with something even better. He was at least 35 metres out. No right to take a shot from there in a scenario such as this. But Clarence Seedorf will be remembered for a long, long time in Milan after his performance today. And Inter have levelled the game. It's 2-2. Well, Cordoba just protecting the ball over the goal line. But there is a buzz around this stadium, which is quite extraordinary. Any second now, the referee's going to blow the final whistle. And Seedorf is the man of the moment with 2 wonder strikes in the biggest game of the season so far for Inter. They came back from 2-1 down. They looked dead and buried with Juve closing out the match for the 90 minutes until Seedorf stepped forward and hit quite a phenomenal strike to tie up the game. Marcello Lippi has seen 2 points slip through his fingers here at the San Siro. It's finished Inter 2, Juventus 2.